So hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome you to our presentation, and our topic name is the company service model analysis and the strategic action plan. My name is Wu Linkun, and our group member we have Yang Han, Chen Peipei, Li Baiyao, and Li Shinan. And our program is the MBA of the Managerial Statistics. And I'm going to begin with the table of contents. The first part is the introduction, and the second part is the methodology. The third part is about the implementation of data analysis. And the fourth part, we have the strategic action plan. And last, we'll give some recommendations for this. First, introduction. In a service-oriented business, the organization must keep track of customers are being satisfied and how they wish to be handled, as well as their service performance. The key highlights of this report will be the customer service, which is depend on the company's service model. Waiting time, which indicates the lag that is present for the every customers. Customer loyalty, which defines the returning customer rate. And service quality, which will indicate the overall. So let's talk about the data analysis. The multivariate data analysis is the type of statistical analysis that takes into account more than two independent variables. The outcomes are always one of a kind. Many occurrences in everyday life can serve as an example of multivariate equations, since everything that happens in the world happens for a number of reasons. Next, correlation. The Pearson correlation determines how strongly two variables are correlate linearly. It has a range of values from -1 to 1, with -1 denoting a completely negative linear correlation and 0 denote no correlation. Market shares has a negative correlation with customers' abandonation analysis of retail sales, but it has a positive correlation with market performance and food and service attributes. Next, let's welcome Li Baiyao for the next part.
It's about regression. Using our data, we conduct a multiplied regression analysis with customer service as our dependent variable, and waiting time, customer loyalty, and service quality as independent variable. Multiplied regression is useful for studying the correlation between one dependent variable and a large number of potential independent ones. The purpose of this type of analysis is to take predictions about a single dependent variable by exploring the null value of the independently variable. Next page, please. Predictions are tools that can be used as demonstrations, lectures, speeches, reports, and more. It's mostly represented by customer service, which is based on the company's service model. Waiting time, which implies the lag that is present for every customer. And customer loyalty, which defines the return customer rate. Service quality, which will indicate the overall quality of the service provided by the company, will be the report key highlight for an audience. We use the statistical tools to test the hypothesis of the relationship between the quality of service, customer loyalty, and waiting time with customer satisfaction. This helped measure the level of customer satisfaction and the quality of service. We use the secondary research as well as primary research for this report. Let's welcome Li Shinan.
Okay. I need to turn on the camera. All right, so here's the part in which we implement the data analysis. And here are 5 different steps we start from. Okay, in the first step, we put analysis on the distribution of the supplier's process output before we check whether the process intersects in the 2 time periods. And then after that, we can determine whether there are 2 or more processes output which are different. In the next step, we can just describe to draw or try to make sense of whether the distribution comes quickly and simply. And lastly, we can specify the application of histogram. Next page, please. Okay. However, this data analysis has some sort of applicable occasions, which is its limit. First of all, it can be applied only when data is numeric. And also it is used for people who intend to sketch out the shape of data distribution, and it can display the changes of the data by making comparisons between different lines that describes the change of the number. Okay, next page, please. Okay, here are the reasons why we're doing this. We address that the most important problems occurs in commodities, ecological environment, and commercial prospects. Therefore, I would believe that government and organizations can make fundamental contribution to economic development by addressing the data changes and settle the problems by strengthening the ecological reform and as well as adjust the business structure. So that's all about this part. Let's welcome our next one, Yang Han. Thank you.
Limitations of sparse software unsuitable for analyzing very big data sets. One of the most significant disadvantages of using sparse is that cannot be used to examine massive data sets. In some places, there is a lot of data. Using sparse in these areas may not be the best option. 2. It is a too price for students. Many of its add-ons are free elsewhere or including as part of a base installation for other packages. And even if you buy them, you are actually simply licensing them. And its licenses are absolutely not user-friendly. 3. You need a statistical basis. People without a background in statistics may have a hard time getting started, and they will unsure how to choose the analyzing result. For example, we compare Excel with the sparse. The format is like a quick and easy convenience story that can only buy daily necessities. And the sparse is like a huge high-end shopping mall. You can buy whatever you want. Next, welcome to Chen Pei.
According to the research results, we have formulated a strategic plan from 6 aspects through analysis and recommendation. First, there is room for financing through service development and market entry. The advocate to attract customers with low price first and improve service quality on the promise of the low price. Service quality is fundamental, but low price has been based on innovative business. As long as the business is successful, can obtain a monomotive position in the market. Secondly, pricing strategy and geographical strategy. When considering the package location, Most customers will choose to go to the nearby store for convenience. The geographic pricing strategy based on the location of the store. For example, shops nearby the city center may be more expensive than those in the suburbs. In terms of pricing, enterprising strategy can be adopted, which is a low-cost strategy that can quickly open the market, focus on making profits from the large sales to speed on capital turnover. It can be also make the store gain reduction and income and have a greater competitive advantage in the market. Finally, brand imaging and promotion strategy. Now we are more and more aware of the power and potential business value of social networks. Through the promotion of online social media, the communication between enterprises and customers and potential customers and being strengthened and mutual trust has been enhanced at the same time. It laid and solid foundation for product promotion and image building and exceedingly promoted and economic effecting of the enterprise, therefore to shape the brand pronunciation. We should start with the brand name and image. While leaving a good impression on customer, it's also an effective communication of the own brand.
So that's all for our group. Thank you very much for listening.